Ladies and gentlemen, yet again, there's more red in the stock market today, and we got to break it down in this video. We have to talk about inflation, the overall market, stocks I'm looking at, and of course, we got to break down some charts. So before we do that, make sure to get your free money from Moomoo. You get up to 5 free shares, each of which could be valued up to $3,500 and I'm telling you guys, it's the best promo right now, so use that link down below. Deposit at least $100, and boom, you get your free money. Again, up to 5 free shares of stock, each of which could be valued up to $3,500. And with that being said, let's dive into the video. So it's currently about 12:30 p.m. on the East Coast, and like I said, guys, the markets are not looking good today so far. We currently have the S&P 500 down 1.3%, the Russell's down 0.6%, the Nasdaq's down 1.9%, and we have the Dow Jones down 0.6% as the VIX, get this guys, the VIX is back over 20. Well, I guess it was over 20 on Friday, and today it's up over 12.5%, and the metals are going crazy. I don't want to say crazy, but they're up. Gold's up 0.3%, silver's up about 1%. So let's break down what's going on here. We'll take a look at SPY, Triple Q. We'll break down some charts. Then we'll talk about some stocks. I want to break down what's going on with AT&T, and we'll talk a little bit about Warner Brothers Discovery. We're also going to talk about some other ones. So make sure you guys stick on throughout and hit the like button and subscribe if you guys find value in this video. And if you don't, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe don't hit the like button, don't subscribe. But let's talk about it, guys. So let's see what's going on. Right now, what I'm noticing on this 20-day chart is a head and shoulders on SPY. Let me show you guys this. It's not the most perfect head and shoulders, but nonetheless, it is one. If you guys take a look, we have the left shoulder right there, head right here, and then we have the right shoulder forming right now, with the neckline being around $448 to about $450 per share. And now that we're down 1.3% on the day so far, we are, I don't want to say completing the right shoulder completely, but we're getting there. You know, we took out the resistance, or rather the support from last week, and I think the week before. Let's take a look. Actually, it was just last week. Last week we held about 443, 444. Today we're clearly under that. We're at 441.70 at the time that I'm filming this video, and we essentially broke that 444 spot and filled the entire gap to about 440. Which, if you guys take a look here on, let me see, is it on the 20-day chart? Yeah, it's on the 20-day chart. You guys can see 441 held back in the end of March. So now we're at 441, and if this breaks, which could very well happen, I'm not saying today, maybe at some point this week, I have no idea, but if 441 breaks, the next gap is down to 435, which was the support point from, when was that? The 18th of March. So, and at that point, the right shoulder obviously will only be accelerating. So SPY, that's what I'm noticing, and let's see if we're seeing that on Triple Q as well. Yeah, look at that, clear as day. We have a head and shoulders on Triple Q right here. Let me show you guys that. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder right here. So we're seeing that. You guys can see we broke under 344, which was support of last week, I believe. We filled the gap down to about 340, 341. And if that point breaks, maybe later today, maybe at some point this week, we might be making a move down to 336. That is the next gap to the downside here on the 20-day chart that I'm noticing on Triple Q. And with that being said, guys, we're very oversold. And yes, we are noticing this head and shoulders. And with that being said, I've been buying a little bit. I've been nibbling in on T Triple Q, which you guys might be like, Stas, are you nuts? Maybe I'm nuts. I don't know. But I think a lot of what we're going to get tomorrow from the CPI data from March, a lot of it's already priced in. And I feel like the markets, yes, we're getting a lot. There's a lot going on right now, but I think a lot of this is already priced in. So I think we're kind of due for a little short-term snapback. I'm not saying we're going to go and rip and test the highs from just about a little less than 2 weeks ago, which those highs are around 370. I'm not saying we're going to necessarily go to those highs, but if we go to 335, 340 on Triple Q, I think we're going to start seeing a snapback at that point towards 360, maybe 355. So I bought a little bit of TQQQ last week. I just bought more today. I think I bought it, let me see here, 48, literally where we are now, 48.70 I bought. So I'm going to be holding these shares for a couple of days, nothing crazy. If I'm wrong, I cut losses. If I'm right, I make some money. That's just, that's just the way it goes. So yeah, we'll see how it ends up playing out. And like I always say with these leveraged ETFs, guys, I don't put a lot of money in them. It's a very small position. It's kind of just a short-term bet. That's what it is on the markets. And if I'm wrong, like I said, I cut my losses. But if I'm right, I make some money. And again, it's very small portion. If you guys are beginners, I wouldn't even touch these. But if you're more intermediate, you want to make a trade, approach with caution, I'm telling you. So yeah, what do you think? Drop me a comment. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And maybe what could be spooking the markets today as well. Obviously, the inflation number that's coming out tomorrow, but the latest April 4th to 8th Reuters poll of more than 100 economists forecast 2 half-point rate rises this year, the first such move since 1994, taking the federal funds rate to 1.25 to 1.5% by the June meeting. So that could be why the markets are being a bit spooked right now, but again, you can make an argument that was kind of already priced in the markets. We already know this, but hey, that's what we're seeing right now, and I'd love to know, again, your thoughts in the comments. Now, let's talk about some stocks very quickly. We got some news out of AT&T. Well, I guess it's not news in terms of anything new happening, but the merger today officially went through. Holders of AT&T stock receive roughly a 0.242 share of Warner Brothers Discovery, as the merged media company will be known for each AT&T share in the spinoff. So there's a spinoff right now. We're not going to talk about that too deep in this video, but the reason why I want to cover AT&T is the fact that the stock initially this morning, it tanked from $24 to $19, and everybody was like, wait a second, is this stock down 20%? Because on Thinkorswim, it was saying AT&T is down 20%, but no, guys, it's because of the spinoff, right? Again, each holder of AT&T. I was going to say, imagine, wait a second, Airbnb, AirTNT. Hey, I don't think I've ever heard that before. But yeah, AT&T, again, if you own a share, you are going to receive 0.242 shares of Warner Brothers Discovery. So you're pretty much going to receive this separate share of this new spun-off company. And the value of that Warner Brothers Discovery stock, and this kind of goes into more, why the share price dumped a certain price this morning. The value of WBD stood at roughly $5, or what was it here? $5.90 per AT&T. There I go again, AirTNT. Per AT&T share based on Discovery's closing price of $24.43 on Friday. So there's a little bit of subtraction addition here, but overall, that is what each piece of the Warner Brothers Discovery stock was, based on AT&T share. So that's what we're seeing. The stock dropped about $5.96 because of that and the spinoff here. And AT&T management now, they've been eager to do this. They've been eager to get this deal through over the past couple of months, and boom, here it finally is. And they're going to be focusing more on the traditional telecommunications business, which me personally, guys, honestly, I don't really care about AT&T. I'm not looking at it like, oh, this is a great move for them, bad move for them. I haven't really dug too deep into it, but if that's what they want to do, if they want to focus on the core business, why not? Why not? Split the two. But one thing that could be bad about this is, again, if you owned AT&T, I was going to say AirTNT. If you owned AT&T, now you're going to receive a share of not a share, but depending on how much AT&T you hold or held, right, and still hold, you're going to receive this stock here. So if you don't want to own WBD, let's say you wanted to hold AT&T only because of the dividend, you don't want any piece of this new spun off company, even though it was already part of AT&T, but now it's spun off. I think people are going to start flooding out of this WBD stock, and potentially they might put that money into AT&T, right? They might just put that money right back into AT&T, because you guys have to realize people that own this stock, they want that dividend. A lot of people are retired, living off of AT&T for part of their dividend money, maybe a lot of their dividend money, I don't know. And they don't want this new stock that doesn't pay a dividend, even though it might succeed long term. I don't know. They don't want it. They want the dividend. So that's a theory I have, and maybe why the stock is selling off like crazy now. It was at 26.20 earlier. Now it's at 23.80. So keep an eye on it. If this continues going down, I think my theory, not to toot my own horn, would be right at that point. Because again, I think people want to get that dividend from AT&T. So we'll see, guys. AT&T's currently up. The proof's in the pudding, guys. AT&T's up 7% on the day, which is that's a very good day for a stock like AT&T. So watch out for that. AT&T and WBD, keep an eye on them. Another one that you guys should be watching out for is Ross Stores, which finally, guys, is reversing. This stock was under the moving averages for months. I'm talking months, guys. Now is the first time it's above the moving averages in 2022. First time is right now. And we're on the 4th month of the year already. So we're breaking out. We're noticing a potential golden cross. We have the inverse head and shoulders right here as well. And the stock's up 3.5%. So you might be asking yourself, Stas, why is the stock up? Well, I have an answer for you guys. I have all the answers. Just kidding. I don't have all the answers. But today, Credit Suisse raised the price target to $125 from $118, so they bumped it up, and they're keeping an outperform rating, which is solid. And you guys know, Ross Stores, if, let's say, for example, the scenario of, we're heading into recession, I think right now, I don't know, what are the recession odds right now? Maybe 25, 30%, something like that. If people think we're going into a recession, Ross being a discount clothing store, we've all shopped there, or at least most of us. It's like TJ Maxx, it's like Marshalls, stores like that. These are going to do very well. Very well. Even right now, literally right now, when there's a lot of inflation, people are trying to save these as much as possible, right? The $100 bills, the singles, the 5s, the 20s, whatever. People are saving money like no other right now, or they're trying to conserve on their spending, most people, right, because of inflation. So they're going to be going to stores like this, in my opinion. So for that reason, I'm going to be watching Ross. Again, it's reversing. We have the inverse head and shoulders. This might start making a move towards 110, 15, 20, especially if they have a good earnings report or two back to back. So watch out for that. And Macy's is another one that I'm looking at, which we've talked about a lot on this channel recently because it's been, squeezing deeper into this wedge. Now we're noticing it's up 3.5% on the day. We're trying to break out of the moving averages and the top of the wedge, which is right around 25, 25.50, and we're almost there. So if we do start breaking out, let's say another $1.50 to the upside, I really think Macy's is going to start going to the moon. And I don't know about to the moon, guys, but you know what I mean, right? I think it could start going up, let's say from $25, $25.50. That's where I'm going to put my alert. Let's do it at $25.50. If that point starts breaking, 28, 30, that's where we could be going next. So that's it, guys. I'm going to wrap the video up here. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit the like button, drop me a comment, subscribe, and feel free to join my Patreon if you want all my real-time buys, sells, call-outs, morning update videos, plus more. All of that is linked down below on Patreon, or go to StasSurFest.com/Patreon to join. And make sure to get your free money from Moomoo. You get up to 5 free shares of stock, each of which could be valued up to $3,500. Just use that link down below, deposit at least $100, and boom, you get your free money. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace out.